UK Sport. NBA action is coming up. In this early bit of the season, Greg, how important are team goals?
Well, Kevin, you have to be working towards something, whether it's a specific rank or a record. Early goals help you define your team for the season ahead.
Let's check out Seattle's starting lineup. Baker trains the three-pointer.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
There's the pick. Here's Miller. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Heat. Here's Christopher and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Defending Cunningham, boy, a challenge. You have to pay extra attention. That's when you leave someone open.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Miami grabs the miss.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
On the wing, Miller. Edwards defending. For three. Miller, no up. For Seattle, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Baker with the bucket.
And it's encouraging to see Dort drop dimes like that, wanting to round out this part of his game.
Christopher, the pass to Ware. It's hauled in by Edwards. Seattle has gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Baker, no good. Last game for Seattle, they picked up the W against the Mavericks in Dallas. It's Cunningham with the drive, and Cunningham with the slam.
And just too fast. Cunningham slices right through him.
Dort against Cunningham. Dort passes to Edwards. Outside, Dort. Here's Baker. Traps in the tray. Baker's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well-deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city, plus he's already got a street named after him.
Takes a 3, and again, Seattle with the triple.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Pass to Christopher. The 3. Oh, offensive interference.
Offensive basket interference. The score will not count.
Seattle leading by 4. Fires from deep. And Ware pulls it down. He'd have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Tipped away. It's stolen by Dort. And Edwards with a clear path to the basket.
Such a sharp defensive player. Dort pressures the ball and then forces the turnover.
And it's Cunningham with the ball for Miami. 6-point game.
And in the last face-off against these guys, they enjoyed a huge advantage in free throw percentage. Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Baker, no good. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Now, here is Miller. He has 5. Over Edwards. Miller, no up. Seattle leading by 3. Here's Baker. Connects from 3-point range. Baker's got 15.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside. It just doesn't matter.
They set the pick. Puts one up from 19. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. That's 7 points from Brandon Miller. Cunningham against Dort. Over to the left wing. Here's Christopher. Last game we saw him score 13. Cunningham's shot is off.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Pass to Baker. Over Edey. And Ware pulls it down.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Cunningham's shot is off.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Here's Baker. Seattle missing again. The Heat trail by 4. Miller kicks to Ware. That one, no good. For Seattle, they've gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. Shoots it up. Baker with the bucket. He's got 17.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Here's Christopher. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. Knocks it loose. And now the fast break. Edwards with the ball.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Here's Christopher.
Away team foul. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Seattle on defense. They're leading by 8.
Stealing a ball in the NBA, it takes more than quickness. It takes smarts. Run it.
A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
And Seattle making a change here. Brown's checked in. So the Heat, their last game, a win against Dallas. Miller surveying the floor. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Seattle?
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And I've really liked how they've moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
Pass to Baker. Now Brown. Shot clock at 6. And it's Miami with the rebound. Edey's got 4 rebounds in this game. Cunningham on the wing. Defended by Dort. Here's Christopher. Puts it up. Here's Edey. Misses from close range.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
Nice contest, a high level of energy. That's how you play defense.
The Heat have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. And he makes the first. Duren, he's checked in for Edey. And Seattle also making a change. Johnson, he's checked in for Baker.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Dort against Cunningham. Over in the corner, Edwards. Pass to Brown. With the drive. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Cunningham passes to Duren. And Duren slams it in.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Seattle shooting their first free throws of the game. And Seattle making a change here. Hendricks is checked in, and Brown drops them both. The Heat trail by 6. Cunningham outside. Pass to Ware. Cunningham outside. Jacks up a 3. Dort grabs the miss.
His consistency just hasn't been there this quarter in terms of his shooting.
Brown outside. Here's Hendricks. 5 to shoot. On the wing. And it's Brown missing.
And, Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage. And there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
One's checked in for Dort. And that one misses. Here's Vaughn. Last time, 14 points for him. Pass to Johnson. Duren pulls it in. The Heat trail by 4. Christopher, the pass to Cunningham. Here's Christopher. Duren, a screen. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the Heat.
The Heat have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
Last game for Seattle, they picked up the W against Dallas. Brown with the screen on Cunningham. Poked away. In transition, here comes Miami. Christopher, that's good. Christopher's got it all tied up now for the Heat.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you. And he just elevates and powers in the one-hander.
Textbook. Cunningham outside. Pass to Ware. And it's Miller in the corner. 6 to shoot. Over Hendricks. Miller, no up.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Miami's on 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And when you take a look at Jalen Duren, big man Greg, who seems to get better each and every season.
Well, you know, he averaged a double-double in his second season. I especially like how hard he goes after rebounds. This guy has a bright future in this league.
Yep, it counts. Brown's got 6 points. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Miami Heat, trailing by 2. Here's Christopher. Seattle grabs the miss. Brown outside. And the foul called on Cade Cunningham. That is his first foul of the game. Christie is checked in for the Heat.
Now in the game, 0-0. Max Christie.
34 seconds left to play in the first quarter. It's good. Now it's a 4-point Seattle lead. We've got 28 seconds left in the first quarter. Out to the right wing. Fires for three. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. Cunningham's got 4 assists now tonight.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Here's Vaughn. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket. 11 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Christie. That's a 2 from Cunningham. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Seattle. Guys?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
Sometimes you just need a change of pace. The bench delivered that.
Christie is out there with Cunningham. Then there's Brandon Miller. Then it's Durant. And it's Wynn in at the 4 slot. It's the group on the floor for Miami.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Down low. That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And there's the call on Lou George. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second, and I think they'll keep him in, but he's got to be careful. A third, and he'll sit for the rest of the half.
Number 55,
Christie kicks to Miller. Over George. In the corner, it's Durant. Now Cunningham. And he uses the glass on the way. Cunningham's got his second bucket tonight.
Cunningham is not shy about mixing it up down low. He's got a great feel around the rim.
Door to screen on Cunningham. Rise to the hoop. Vaughn gets the bucket. Vaughn's got his second basket of the game.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
To the left side wing. Here's Ware. His last outing, he had 18 points. Vaughn, the pass to Dort. And Jalen Duren picks up the foul. That's his first foul. The Heat making a switch here. Edey's checked in. Baker, who's checked in for Seattle. Edwards comes in for Dort. Unloads. Edey with the rebound. Edey's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Christie against Edwards. Here's Ware. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
Timeout.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra.
Start it.
And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You look at Miami. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position.
I think for the Heat, they're proving that all the talk we heard about them in the preseason was warranted. What a role this group's been on here early on.
And you want to talk about hitting the ground running? They've done exactly this. And you've got to give a lot of credit to their coaching staff for getting this team locked in early.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Heat need to get a shot off. Here's Christie. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham. Christie's got 5.
And that's something Cunningham takes pride in. Sharp read with that pinpoint pass. And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Miller outside, and it's Seattle with the rebound. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And you gotta love a team that can maintain its composure on the road, take good shots, and knock them down with confidence.
They took the air out of the crowd again and again with big shots. They never let the fans become a factor.
That puts them in the lead. Miller's got the lead up to 2 now for Miami.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up, oh yeah, you're done.
To the paint. And here, Richard, about players dunking and putting a hurting on the rim, but that iron sometimes can put a hurting on a player's hands too, right?
Oh, and then when you get older, those landings, they can start to hurt too. End of the day, there's a price to be paid for all that high flying and rim wrecking, and it's worth it.
Here's Ware. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. This is his first free throw of the game. First one falls for him. He's perfect from the line this time. And it's Seattle with the ball. Trailing by 2. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. It's stolen by Cunningham. Out to the right wing. Here's Christie. He has 5. Miami no good on that time either. There's Baker. Launches it. Rebounded by Cade Cunningham.
And after that great first quarter from three-point range, he has finally come back to earth.
Here's Ware. Edwards defending. Here's Heaney. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. And the Heat lead by 4.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
Here's Edwards. Second chance shot. There's the triple. Knocks down the 3 ball. Edwards got 5 now.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Miller outside. Here's Christie. He had 10 points in the win against Dallas. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Seattle with the rebound. Here's Baker. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Miller outside. Right wing. Takes the 3. The shot that time, not on target.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding.
Baker, no good.
Some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence.
And Miami making a change here. Christopher's checked in. Dort, he's checked in for Seattle. Christopher, that's good.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Dort against Christie. Dort attacking. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Athletic play from Dort on the drive. Coming in hot and finishing it off with the slam.
From outside the arc, the shot's good from Christie. 8 points for him.
Ooh, can't ask for a cleaner look than that, and he'll make you pay.
And stolen by Miller. Christie against Edwards. Christie kicks to Ware. No good on the triple.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Puts it up from 7, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. The Heat with the lead. Miller with the ball. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Dallas. 13 feet away. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
Not all his mid-range jumpers are created equal. That's one they'll take all night long.
Edwards. And Ware pulls it down. Ware's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Shoots the 3. Dort grabs the miss. Seattle trails by 4. Out to the wing. Here's Vaughn. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Good on the triple.
And that's just too much space to give a shooter like him. He works to get open, but the defenders have to work harder to nullify it.
And there's the call on Lou Dort. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Here's Miller. 16 points for him. Miami no good on that time either. Left side, Edwards. Score of the basket, his 3rd after 5 shots. It's a neck-and-neck game here in Miami. Sweet move. And that'll be 2 free throws. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
The original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Christopher, defended by Dort. 4 on the clock to end the run. That's good, and the Seattle lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Christopher.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone until someone stops him. Just let him roll.
Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by the Heat. Miller's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
There's the killer 2-handed slam. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Snatched away. Here's Christopher. He's got 16. And it's Seattle with the rebound. Dort's got 4 rebounds in this game. Left side, Edwards. Fires the 3. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
Here's Christopher, and he goes in for the dunk.
It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Good. Vaughn's got 7 points for the quarter. We've got 1:08 left in the first half. Fires away from outside. Here's Christopher. He's got 18. Yes, that goes in. Christopher's got the game tied up here for Miami. And Seattle shooting the ball beautifully in the second quarter. They're at 55% from the field. Here's Edwards. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. The Heat shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. Here's Christopher. Got a piece of it. And pushing it up. Here's Seattle. Shot from the top of the key. Offensive rebound. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Baker's got 19 points.
And not his quarter, scoring-wise. Just 1 of 7 from the field.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Christopher. Bounces high off the rim and drops. He's got 22.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
Here's Baker. A three-pointer off the mark. Here's Christie. Oh, he nails it just in time.
One eye on the rim, one on the clock. What a play.
Boy, that was close. Got it in just in the nick of time.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Pete, thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
Hello and welcome. First up, folks, let's take a moment to see how things are shaking down in the Rookie of the Year race.
The young guys are playing well, but it's a long season. There's something called the rookie wall.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Moving right along now to the Miami Heat, they find themselves in a close contest at the half.
Their approach has been pretty straightforward.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. The Heat leading by 3. On the court for Seattle, we've got Baker. Lou Dort out there with Vaughn. Then there's Edwards. Goes back up. Here's Ware. The rebound by Baker. And Seattle shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Here's Dort driving inside. Count that bucket. Dort's got his second bucket of the night.
I like when Dort seeks out his offense, using that athleticism well there on the drive.
Miller, that's for 2. And it's Seattle with the rebound.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
There's Baker. Pass to Vaughn. Outside Edwards. Misses the 3. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Duran. And let's now take a look at some of the numbers for Cade Cunningham.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Hands it from downtown.
Got that one to go. Okay, now 1 for 4 to start the second half.
Here's Dort. And that one is hammered home.
Lift off, Mr. Dort. A one-way ticket to the rim.
Pass to Christie. It's hauled in by Edwards.
Out of halftime, not the way you want to execute, just 1 of 5 from the field.
Foul. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Vaughn, the pass to Dort. Releases. And Ware pulls it down. Ware's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. There's Miller with the 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Miller's got 19 points.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Here's Vaughn, defended by Christie. That's good, and the Heat lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Vaughn.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Ware passes to Christie. Lock at 6 to the right side. Pass to Ware. A floater. Here's Christie. Here's Christopher. And the Heat, another 3.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Vaughn. Out to Edwards. Three-pointer. And it goes for the 5th time, and 10 shots for him this game.
And that's on the defense there. Gotta know the scouting report and understand that he loves his shot.
Pass to Christie. Stolen by Dort. For the tie. It's hauled in by the Heat.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Christie can't make it. Seattle trails by 3. And here is Dort. Pass to Vaughn. Back to Dort. Banked in off the glass. Dort's got 8 points.
Some physicality there from Lou. Pushing past the contact and into the shot.
Here's Christopher. 25 points in the game.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Vaughn kicks to Dort. Pass to Vaughn. There's a good screen. Back to Dort. Some nice ball movement here by Seattle. Vaughn can't get it to go. Miami's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. While we've got a moment, let's now take a look at the teams that have the most second-chance points on the season. In fourth, the Heat.
You know what? Sometimes their missed shots are their best offense. I mean, they attack the glass relentlessly, and those extra possessions can determine the outcome on a lot of nights.
Seattle trails by 3. Out of bounds, Miami takes possession.
And while we have a chance, how about the numbers for Miller? 11th in assists, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And he really is the consummate playmaker. Always keeping his head on a swivel. Searching for the open man. Completely unselfish basketball player. Christopher, the pass to Duren. And Duren slams it in.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Here's Vaughn, 11 points in the game. And once again off the mark by Seattle. Here's Christopher. On the wing, Miller. Shakes him. Takes it. Oh, look out! Goodness. Look out!
Okay, I see you.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go. Baby, it is showtime. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Miami.
They're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
And also, they took advantage of their quickness. Got inside and blew through the open lanes. Great job of attacking the paint.
Here's Christopher. He's got 27. Here's Hugh. Plays it up and banks it in. And the Heat lead by 7.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Here's Vaughn. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game.
His first triple of the second half. Can he get it going?
Here's Christopher. Pass to Hauser. And here is Banks. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Christopher. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And here's the upcoming schedule now for the Miami Heat. On Wednesday, they'll head out on the road and face the Cavaliers in Cleveland. And then on Saturday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Orlando Magic.
And in that matchup with the Pistons, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
For Miami, they've gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Now, here's Cunningham. 6 points for him. And pushing it up, here's Seattle.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
An important 2 points, not just on the scoreboard, but also for a little bit of momentum.
Okoro, he's checked in for Banks.
Second team foul. Now in the game, number 35.
And so here is Miami. Cunningham outside, 6 to shoot. Pass to Ware. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham. Cunningham's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. For Seattle, they've gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. Pham, and he drives in. Rebounded by Hauser. For Miami, they've gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14.
Away team foul. Third personal foul. Third team foul.
Cunningham outside to the inside. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Just a fantastic decision maker. Cunningham giving it up in that two-man set.
Over in the corner, Brown. Drops in the layup for 2. Brown's got 12.
Important point there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
His 4th personal foul. We'll see how the coaching staff handles this.
Elbow shot is on the way. And another basket for Miami.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Seattle trails by 4. It's Brown on the wing. Here's the teardrop. He takes it up and lays it in. Brown's got 6 here in this quarter.
The floater is so tough to defend against. Nothing defenders can really do but shake their heads.
Here's Cunningham. It's hauled in by Brown. Seattle has gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. He gets it in there.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Cunningham looking it over. Pass to Ware. No good that time. Good work defensively by Holmes. And their offense is really clicking right now.
Playing with a lot of energy and really taking it to the defense.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
And they look like a completely different team. I wonder what coach said to them at halftime to help spark this momentum change.
Here's Ware, guarded by Holmes. Just 5 on the clock. Basket good. 8 points for him.
Breakdown for the defenders, and you can't ask for an easier bucket than that.
Here's Brown. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
To the wing on the left. To the middle. Here's Hugh. Out of bounds. Seattle will take possession.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Cade Cunningham. Averaging about 24 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. And what a force he is on the glass. Just inhales rebounds.
And he can go around his opponent, over his opponent, through his opponent. A true triple threat.
And Seattle making a change here. Hendricks is checked in. From down in the low post, it goes. And now a 4-point Seattle lead. Cunningham outside. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
And the strength of Cunningham. Fantastic job there scoring on the defense.
Brown drives in.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam. Here's Cunningham. And Cunningham with the slam.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
Stolen. Now, Okoro. No scoring in this one. Cunningham with it. Shot clock at 5. To the wing right side. Hauser hits it from three-point range. Hauser's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, it's all about clock management with these situations. Let's see how that plays out.
Brown outside. Puts the move on. Oh!
Wow. Goodness.
Man.
A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. Seattle ahead, leading by a point. We'll be back shortly live from Miami Arena. Let's listen in on what Eric Spoelstra has.
It's got to be a sense of urgency right now, okay? Any kind of tip out.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. We've got Isaac Okoro, Brandon Miller out there with Edey. And it's Cunningham. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Oh, and here we go. Cunningham heading to the hoop.
Oh, and that's how you run the floor. Cunningham attacking the defense with confidence.
And Seattle shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. Goes to the fadeaway and cans it. And Seattle leads by 1.
Why fade away there? Just making the shot more difficult, if you have to ask me.
Here's the screen. And there's another one for the Heat.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Pass to Miller. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And now it's a 3-point Miami lead. Brown outside. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. The Heat leading by 3. And the points coming for them now, Greg and bunches.
And we're seeing what a high-octane offense should look like.
And here's Cunningham. Shot clock at 6. Miller outside, out left to the wing. Okoro, and it's off from three-point range. Seattle trails by 3. Here's Ojale. Good D by Miller. The Heat have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. For Seattle, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Here's Brown. Edey with the rebound. Edey's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Miller, right side. Lets the three fly. Drills the three-pointer. Miller's got 12 points here in the second half.
And now with 2 3-pointers in each half, he's really doing his all to help his team out from deep.
Hendricks passes to Ojala. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Miller outside. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. Miller's got the lead up to 7 now for the Heat. Stole. By Okoro. In transition, here comes Miami. Miller against Brown. Cunningham dishes it to Miller. 6 on the shot clock. From downtown. And it's Seattle with the rebound. Free throw good from Brown. Jalen Duren. He's checked in for Miami. And Seattle making a change here. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. The Heat leading by 5.
Team foul. Second personal foul. First team foul.
And the first one drops. And the Heat making a change here. Bassey's checked in. And Seattle also making a change. Edwards is checked in.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. The first one falls.
At the line for the away team, DeVries.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
It's Miller on the wing. He's covered by Brown. The kick out to Cunningham. Back to Miller. All alone. Off the left rim and out.
Now, I understand that that shot didn't go down, but they will take that look every trip down the floor.
Brown the pass to Baker. Over Edey. Seattle missing again. Miami leading by 5. Pass to Miller. Hits the jumper in space. Miller's got 12 now in this quarter.
And he has flat out taken over this quarter. Keep feeding the beast.
Brown outside. Crafty move. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
Well, I don't know what coach said to him at half, but his shooting has been tremendous here in the second.
Here's Miller. Pass to Edey. The 3. Carries it from three-point range. And the Heat lead by 8.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Edwards, no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Gets the three-pointer to fall. That's 36 points from Brandon Miller.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And he makes that one.
Well, Dort makes the smart play there. He slots a wide-open shooter and just gets him the ball.
Okoro kicks to Cunningham. And it's Miller in the corner. Pass to Okoro. Miller against Brown. And Miller throws it down hard.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better. You'll take it.
And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. There's a screen. That three off the mark. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for Seattle. It's Brown with the drive.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Oh, here's Edwards, covered by Okoro. That's good, and the Heat lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Edwards.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Miller against Brown. They set the pick. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
And the first one at the line is good. And Seattle making a change here. Hendricks is checked in, and he makes both free throws. Seattle trails by 10. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Cunningham passes to Miller. Now Okoro. Off target from outside. Dort against Cunningham. Hendricks from past the arc. Dort. Misses. The Heat leading by 8. Pass to Edey. And he jams it with authority.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Man, this has been a fun one. But look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
Plenty of daylight on that shot. Dort's got 9 points here in the second half.
And the three-point shot wasn't always there for Dort, but he's put in a ton of work on it, and it showed.
Miller outside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
First personal foul, third team foul. Now at the line.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good for Miller. Seattle trails by 9. And here's Edwards from the arc. Miami grabs the miss. Edey's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Here's Miller. The 17-footer goes down. Miller's got 44.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Miller outside. There's the 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Seattle has gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
And if you try to block his shot, you risk getting posterized because he is good at using that height to his advantage.
Covered by Okoro. And they pick up 2. He's got 22. Here's Okoro. And it's Miller in the corner. And Miller throws it down hard.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete.
Team foul number 4. Now at the line.
That free throw good from Miller. Seattle trails by 7. And here's Edwards from the arc as he pulls it in. Bassey's got 5 rebounds tonight. Miller outside, and another one falls.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Beyond the arc. Miller grabs the miss.
This is the definition of forcing it. He's trying to get himself going, but taking tough shots just won't do it.
First free throw is good.
And it's easy to see why so many are so high on Cunningham. A talented guard who can do a little bit of everything.
Seattle running out of time. To stop the run, there's the drive.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Baker with the bucket.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Okoro wide open. He fires. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. 3-pointer, Snow. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the 3-point attempt.
The second one drops, and that trims the lead to 6. And he nails the third.
Couldn't hit them all, and they need every point they can get.
1:05 left in the fourth quarter.
And he has to take that long, slow walk back to the bench here. He'll watch the rest of this one from the sideline.
Edwards, he's checked in for Seattle.
Number 19, Justin Edwards.
And he ends up making the second, and that increases their lead to 6. And Seattle shooting and hitting almost everything here in the fourth, up around 58% from the field.
Questionable shot selection on that 3. Not really helping as they try and narrow the deficit.
He rifled that one in from distance. Miller's got 54 points.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up 3s.
From deep three-point land. And again.
And he's nearing the single-game franchise record in scoring.
Absolutely on fire. Already a night to remember and approaching some history to boot. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And it's just competing, giving your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
Snow can't hit. Here's the 3. And got it! Another basket.
And never in the history of the franchise have we seen a game like this. He's putting on a remarkable performance.
It's their all-time single-game scoring record. Their fans will be reliving this game for a long, long time.